I would like to dedicate this video to a series of ideas that a mathematician would appreciate a lot more than the general public. But hey, it's part of my repertoire of videos, and I would like to pursue this subject. It's of interest. Well, there was a mathematician, his name, I forgot his name. He wrote a book called Flatlanders, and basically it was a two-dimensional world with all these creatures in it. And he basically was trying to say that the three-dimensional world might not be all there is. There may be other dimensions outside of these three dimensions. And what I think is happening is that as human beings, we are really a creature that evolved on a very small planet, and we evolved out of primates, and all our senses that we have are attuned for survival value. Okay, they're there to help us find food, find mate, so on and so forth. So what we perceive of the material world is not all there is in it. And in fact, we know this very clearly because we know there are other forms of radiation like X-ray or microwave or ultraviolet, and our eyes doesn't perceive most of that radiation. Also, what we perceive of the world is only a fraction of what an animal could perceive. For example, if I had the eyes of a tiger, I could see the depth perception that I would have would be unbelievable. I mean, everything I could see, everything within a fraction of a centimeter, how far they are back and forth. Or if I had the eyes of an eagle, I could find detail looking at it from like miles up in the air. I mean, what we perceive of the world is the three-dimensional surface, okay, of a greater reality. Okay, say for example, the outside world is a membrane, is a 10-dimensional membrane. Okay, but we are, as a limited creature, we perceive three-dimensional projection of this membrane because our senses are limited. This is the mistake many physicists and mathematicians make. They make great theories and calculations based on this image that has been projected in the back of their brain. Okay, it is three-dimensional projection. It's like you take a three-dimensional object and project it into a two-dimensional surface. Okay, say human beings were a two-dimensional creature and we're looking at this surface, we will perceive out of the three dimensions, two dimensions of it that were projected into our world that we can perceive. Okay, so that's why in quantum mechanics many equations do not correspond to experiment, to reality, because reality is much richer than the three-dimensional projection that this creature can perceive. Okay, so I mean, the limitation of senses are not easy to see because we're so used to them in our daily life, but